All right, it is fairly cold this morning. I'm gonna fire this baby up because we are working on the dually this morning. What is going on today, guys? Welcome back. Like I mentioned, we are going to be working on the dually. We just got it pulled inside. But before we do anything else, this is your daily reminder. Do not forget to get entered in the PJ trailer giveaway. We launched yesterday and you guys completely wiped us out of jackets. We actually just restocked them. So if you guys missed out on a jacket or anything else, like I mentioned in the first video, stuff does go fast. That's why I'm telling you, head over there now and get the stuff that you want, because stock is going to fluctuate the entire giveaway. So anyway, every 10 bucks that you spend on wrenchworks.com gets you entered to win the PJ. That is the shameless plug of the day. Let's walk inside and start working on the dually. But again, don't miss out. Do not forget to get entered in the PJ. We will deliver that baby right to your door, whether you do or don't have a truck that can or cannot tow it right away, or if it's maybe not even something that you potentially want, but you just want to support us, support me and Silent Mike and everybody else, head over to Wrenchworks, grab some of the new gear. Ain't that right? Just say yes. Yep. But we got the dually in here. We are going to be making a road trip, a fairly long road trip in the next couple days. You guys will see that. But today is all about getting Big Booty Judy ready to drive a heck of a lot of miles in the next couple days. So we have got quite the agenda on the list. We want to go through stuff, make sure she's ready. We want to change some fluids that we have been slacking on. We are going to devote today to getting the tow rig ready for tow duty. First up on the list to prep for our road trip and things that you might also be able to do if you are going to be driving some distance. We have been slacking a little bit on some fluids. So that is the first part of what we're going to do. As you can see, we have literally all of the buckets. We do have the rear diff done, as you guys probably remember. We have got the Banks diff cover already on, so the rear diff has already been taken care of. Working our way forward, the transfer case, we are going to change the transfer case fluid. The truck has a little over 45,000 miles on it, so if you're going to change them at 30 or change them at 60, we're kind of right in the middle of that. All of the fluids that we drained out were actually fairly clean. If you were to know the condition of the fluid, you know, we might be able to stretch it a little bit longer, but we're going to be putting some miles on, especially with race season coming up. So we're going to go ahead and take care of the transmission fluid. We're going to use some AMSOIL ATF for that, walking around so I don't get dripped on. We're just about ready to drop our transmission pan. We're going to change our transmission fluid and our filters inside there. And we are also doing the engine oil and also the front diff. So pretty much every single fluid in this thing is getting changed out with nothing but the best. Of course, we're going to use AMSOIL in this baby. Again, gear oil, ATF, got a whole lot of ATF. And what else? What am I missing? Oh, fuel filters. We've got our Black Market Performance fuel filter kits up in there. We've actually changed those up recently. The other one is up in the engine. So yeah, we've been waiting for all of the fluid to drain out. Now, a couple quick tips here that I have found to be useful. A lot of people are like, well, if I just do a drain and refill on the truck, how do I know roughly how much to put back in? So these are actually, I believe, paint buckets that you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. And they're really nice because now, right here, we can see we pretty much drained out about 2 gallons, pretty much right on the dot. we can go ahead and just dump 2 more gallons back in there after we drop the pan if no other fluid gets lost, and gives us a pretty good idea. That way we don't have to spend a ton of time guessing on how much trans fluid to put back in there. I'm sure there's other ways, but just something that I've found if you guys need to measure how much is coming out that way when you go back in with new. Again, first thing on the list, if you guys are going to be taking a long road trip, definitely take care of the fluids in the truck. Get all those changed out, get new. Also, maybe as part of that, and number 2 is go ahead and grab. We needed a new grease gun, so we got a grease gun, and we're going to be greasing the whole truck with some AMSOIL synthetic polymeric EP grease, truck chassis and equipment. So we're actually going to throw some grease in all of the grease fittings on all of the suspension stuff. That can go along with fluids, or you can put that as number 2. So fluids, grease that baby up, and also we're going to check some tire pressures. What are you doing? Assembling? Nice new hat, bro.
Thanks.
Oh man, is that part of the new Wrenchworks drop with the trailer giveaway?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my gosh. Shameless plug. Transmission filters for you guys that have 68 RFEs. What we're going to be using, Mopar actually just came out with a reusable rubber gasket that I did not know about. I'll throw up the part number for that, but this is actually a FELPRO number. Here's the FELPRO number for your transmission pan. It actually comes up for a 45 RFE, but a 68 is exactly the same. We are going to be using Mopar transmission filters. That is what my man Muldoon recommended. We have got a spin-on one. Here's the part number for that. And we've got the plastic push-on one. We actually need to modify something just a little bit on this one, and we'll go over that for you guys as well. But here is our AMSOIL. We've got our AMSOIL diesel oil. We've got our AMSOIL oil filter, ATF, all of it. The gear oil is, I think the gear oil is sitting somewhere over here. But anyway, we have got a lot of fluids to fill back up, and we will go to the next step after we get some fluids back in this thing. My friends, disregard the transmission part number that I told you on the box, because they actually pulled me the wrong transmission filter. So I will correct that before you guys go ahead and get the wrong one too as well. But these are the 2 correct Mopar part numbers that you need. So always double check. Someone who is handing you parts, whether it's over the internet or in person, definitely double check them. So we need to go run out and grab a different filter. The other thing I wanted to show you guys too, on AMSOIL's website, if you guys need to know how much fluid something takes, whether it's your car, your truck, whatever it is, it's kind of interesting. Michael actually showed me this. Double points for Silent Mike on this on the AMSOIL, because I didn't even realize this. So you put in your year, make, model up here. You got your engine, transmission, diff, T-case, other fluids. When you scroll down, like here's the front differential, it gives it to you in pints, which sometimes you got to do a little conversion if you don't know what that is. So 4.2 pints. You can do pints to quarts, and then you can throw it right in there. But also a good reference if you guys are interested in how much fluid something takes. Their whole database is for pretty much everything. So Michael's going to continue to rock on, and I am going to keep running around like a madman today because we didn't have these parts ready to rip. we are finally back here with the correct part number. What we need to do, and this is for, I believe, some aftermarket valve bodies, so just pay attention to this, but this tab right here is in the way from this completely pushing up and bottoming out. So what we need to do is, and my old one was the same way, we need to cut this little tab off. Presto presto, just like that. We got her cut down, ready to put this baby in. All right, we're just wrapping up the fluids here. Get some old AMSOIL ATF Signature Series.
Signature Series haircut right there.
Or lack thereof. All right, so transfer case is done. Transmission, we're just wrapping up right now. We got the new filters installed, the spin-on and the push-on one. We have got the front diff fluid changed. And then we're gonna focus on
engine oil.
Oh, engine oil and oil filter. Got it. So we are pretty much set for fluids on this thing for a long time. I say that, and then we're going to go drag racing all summer, and I'm going to need to do it halfway through there. But what we're going to do, focus on now, is we have got this valve cover here. It's actually a D&J valve cover. Great valve cover. What we're going to do is we are going to add a catch can to the breather on this thing. And you guys will see when we take it off, there's a threaded port on the back. I know I'm just talking while we're stationary with the camera, but I'm holding this filter here for my mans. I don't want to spill spills. But we're going to take this valve cover off, and we'll show you guys what we're going to do to put a catch can on this thing. It's a great pour, dude.
Yes.
Sick angle.
Yeah, no drips.
Michael, is this your first time using the bags?
Second. I love the bags.
The bags are legitimately... Did you almost just spill?
I almost dropped my bag.
These bags are great. Splash. I think the bags are cool just because, like, technically, if you were on the side of the road, you're like, I need a little bit of trans fluid, like, really, and you didn't have a funnel, you could actually use the bag as, you know, a non-spill option. Are you live? Live action?
Live action.
All right, so here's the underside of the valve cover. We're not going to take all this apart because we really don't need to, but here's all the baffling stuff that kind of comes up into this little block right here. So what we're going to do is, this fitting is the one that you need right here. Here's the Vibrant 16842, because this is a O-ring. So it's a pretty big boy O-ring. So same thread as this, and then that will give us to AN. So, and then the catch can over here, this is a Motion Raceworks catch can that we're going to use, that we're going to try out. So number 12 to number 12. This is also an O-ring thread. So all we got to do is just go hose and hose ends, and where we're going to put this, and then we'll be able to have a catch can off of our D&J cover here. So we're going to try and not mess up the powder coat, but yeah, I know when I put this baby in there, she's you know, Greg has a Michael's laughing because you know, I may have a tendency of over tightening things. It's okay. First step of your problem is admitting that you have one. So she may be a little tight. Well, my friends, every time I tell you that we are going to do something today, I have to take it back. So this fitting right here, there is a reason why D&J gives you this one, and it has some edges that are cut off on it, and it's a little bit shallow because this one right here needs some modification because it is mucho big. The edges right here hit, so you're going to have to grind on it to spin it in, and I think it's a little bit too long for the threads that are in here. So we're gonna have to really, so you got two options. You can really modify that part number to get AN, or if you have a aluminum weldable bung, you can actually chop this one, weld it right on that. So you got two options. You can modify this, or you can make your own. So every turn today, you know, just a couple fluid changes, and you know, next thing you know, we're busting out the welder. you know, it makes you happy. What'd you say the other day? I don't know how you work on vehicles without a welder, you know? Just aluminum welding lesson coming right up, because you all went out and probably bought a welder after Michael's amazing welding tutorial, and now we need to know how to weld custom fittings. So here we are, boys. Here we are. Woo! One custom fitting later. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So we decided to go the non-welder route for once. You know, had to convince Michael to not bust out the welder, but we're ready to slap that baby in. While he was doing that, I went ahead and got the first AN line put on our dash 12 hose. So I think the easiest way on this valve cover is kind of to attach everything in the back and then kind of feed it through. That way you're not trying to tighten this fitting all the way in the back of the engine. So got that done, and we will be putting that valve cover rack on here in just about a couple minutes. And we'll show you guys where we're gonna mount the catch can underneath. Alrighty, my friends. Well, we are kind of running out of time for today. I just wanted to kind of show you where we're at with the catch can. We're gonna run it all the way back here. It's just kind of neat and tidy. That way it's kind of out of the way, easy to drain. We were originally thinking about putting it up there, but it's just kind of cramped with the front drive shaft and all that stuff up there. Not really any clean place to do it. Right behind your T-case, you have quite a bit of room, so we're gonna mount it right here, but unfortunately, to kind of make it as clean as we want it, we're gonna need to build a bracket and kind of space this out, just because it's kind of right in the way of all these wires. So it really needs to be spaced out. There's no real way to kind of attach it really close to the frame with the brackets that they give you. We want to avoid trying to put this in the engine just because of my personal preference. If this thing starts smoking, steaming, I'd rather have it kind of be down underneath the truck rather than in the nice clean engine bay. The last thing that I kind of want to hit on really quickly, we're kind of gearing this video more towards like being prepared for a long road trip. So the last couple things that I want to bring up that if you may or may not think about it, one thing that I forget all the time, Michael actually brought these out. He's like, hey, don't forget to stock up on some fuel additive. Obviously, if you're making a long trip, it's rather just to bring it than buy it every single trip. So we got loaded up with some diesel all-in-one from AMSOIL. Also, not a bad idea. This was just kind of in my bed, but if you want to bring a little bit of extra oil, coolant, fluids, and obviously straps if you're going to be strapping some stuff down. So we're actually, this trip we're actually riding out with no trailer, picking up quite a bit of stuff and bringing it all back. So just a little, you know, little hint there. And then right before I turned the camera on, I asked Mike, I was like, what else would you bring on a road trip? You know, what was the one thing you said?
Paper towels, wipes.
No, the other thing.
Make sure your buddy's home.
Yeah. We were laughing just because of the amount of times that I have had to get picked up. Michael has had to get picked up. You know, that's why, you know, everyone needs a gooseneck trailer in their life, whether you admit it or not. If you want some more friends, you need to get a trailer, because as soon as you get a trailer, man, your phone will start ringing. But that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. Hopefully you found some of these tips and tricks and some of the maintenance stuff on the dually helpful. Really, a lot of you guys send me messages here and there, even on the second gen, like vapor locking it, cracking your injector lines. I had a couple of you guys message me, like just anything I can do to help you guys, whether it's intentional or not. Maybe the filter tricks, something on the fluids. You know, the whole goal is to help you guys. So hopefully you guys found at least one thing in this kind of just a maintenance-y road trip video. We're just trying to get ready. Just wanted to kind of bring you guys along through everything. So anyway, that's gonna wrap up this video. Make sure you guys hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. And make sure you guys have it at wrenchworks.com. Grab that stuff before it is gone. Get your entries in the trailer. And who knows, you could be the one getting the phone call from me. Hey Michael, you want to call the you didn't get a chance to call the last guy with the toolbox with me. Me and Sal and Mike will both call you and tell you guys won. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.